You look at your peony plant and you see something odd is happening. Let's look at these peony leaves. See these strange marks? Can you spot the small, target-like circles of yellow and pale green? These circles are scattered across the top surface of the peony leaf. Sometimes these bull's-eye markings on the infected peony leaves may be red, purple, or deep brown. You might also see slashes of yellow zigzagging across the leaves, or deep purple lines. The discoloured patches form chevrons or arrows across the leaves. Sometimes the peony leaves may have edges that are cupped or curled or distorted, like this. These symptoms are all typical of peony plant virus infections. Most of the time, peony viruses won't stop your peonies flowering. But if your peonies are stressed, the virus symptoms can get worse. And if your peonies become infected with 2 or more different viruses at the same time, you may end up with a stunted peony plant and fewer flowers. Peony virus symptoms can come and go. Symptoms may only appear on some areas of the peony, and sometimes the virus infection does not cause any symptoms. But even without visible signs, these virus-infected plants can still spread the virus to other plants in your garden. Yes, peony viruses can infect other plants, not just peonies. For example, here's an epimedium or barrenwort right next to an infected peony. This epimedium shows clear virus symptoms. There's yellow streaking and yellow circles on the leaves. It's most likely tobacco rattle virus. But which plant infected which? It's hard to say. No one can know. Peony viruses can also infect hundreds of other plants, such as potatoes, beans, daffodils, sunflowers, and many common garden weeds. There are at least 15 different peony viruses worldwide, and you can't easily tell them apart without specialist laboratory tests. So let's not try to diagnose one of 15 viruses. Instead, let's focus on how to stop peony viruses from spreading. The best way to stop peony virus is to keep your peonies healthy, like you can see here. All peonies will benefit from a spring feed of a slow-release fertilizer, like Grow More. Then, mulch with compost or well-rotted manure. Water young peony plants in dry weather until they grow their deep roots. Inspect your peony plants once a month. Take care to look closely at the peony leaves. Don't just admire the flowers. Next, clean your gardening tools. To disinfect from viruses, dip your gardening tools in a disinfectant solution, such as 70% isopropyl alcohol, for 10 minutes. Then rinse the tools with clean water, just like this. Using 2 or more pairs of gardening scissors can save you time. Remember to wear gloves and eye protection when you work with disinfectant solutions. The disinfectant Virkon S is also effective against viruses. Many viruses can spread between plants on contaminated gardening tools. So, make sure to disinfect your snips or secateurs between each plant you're pruning. If you don't have alcohol or Virkon S, you could use 1 part bleach to 9 parts water. Again, keep the blades submerged for 10 minutes before rinsing with water. But bleach can be corrosive on gardening tools, so if you use bleach, make sure you oil your tools regularly. Sadly, you can't just prune out peony virus infection or cure virus infections with chemicals. So, if you notice an infected peony plant, but you have other healthy peony plants nearby, then it's best to remove the infected peony plant. Pull up and throw away or burn infected peony plants. It's also important to keep on top of weeding. Like I said earlier, many common garden weeds harbour viruses which can infect peony plants. Removing these weeds reduces the chance of viruses spreading to your peonies. Peony viruses spread between plants through other organisms, like insects and bugs in the soil and the air. So encourage birds and helpful wildlife, such as ladybirds, to eat these pests. And finally, don't bring new diseased peonies into your garden. So when you next buy a peony plant, check it for virus symptoms before you buy it. If you're buying a bare root peony plant without leaves, quarantine the plant first. Pot it up away from healthy plants. Then, if the quarantined peony plant seems healthy when it has grown leaves, you can plant it in your garden. Wishing you healthy plants and happy gardening.